Determining the smartest superheroes in the DC universe can be subjective, as intelligence manifests in various forms. So this list might be controversial. You are open to give your suggestions in the comment below. So here is our list of top 10 smartest DC superheroes. 10. Ted Kord, the brainy Blue Beetle. You might know him better as the Blue Beetle, but his real name is Ted Kord. He's not your average superhero. Sure, he fights bad guys and all that, but his secret weapon isn't super strength or laser eyes, it's his brain. This guy is seriously smart, like top 10 smartest superheroes in the DC universe smart. He started out in a comic book called Captain Atom way back in 1966, but later became part of the DC Comics crew. Ted didn't get any superpowers, but he made up for it by being a total genius. He's an engineer, a computer whiz, and a business boss all rolled into one. With degrees in everything under the sun, he can figure out how to fix just about anything. He's built some crazy cool gadgets too, like the Bug, his personal airship, and let's not forget all the other Beetle-themed stuff he's invented. So yeah, while he might not be able to fly or shoot fireballs, Ted Kord is a superhero in his own right. He's proof that brains can be just as powerful as brawn. 9. Oliver Queen, Green Arrow. Oliver Queen, the guy behind the Green Arrow mask, is a total badass. He started out as a rich dude with nothing to do but party, but after a rough time on a deserted island, he came back a changed man. Now he's a vigilante with a bow and arrow who's all about fighting for what's right. Sure, he doesn't have superpowers like some of his buddies, but don't let that fool you. This guy is sharp. He's not just good with a bow, he's also really smart about people, politics, and how cities work. You could say he's got street smarts through the roof. He's been around for ages. First showed up in comics in 1941. All that time fighting crime has made him a master at thinking on his feet and outsmarting bad guys. He's like the brains behind the brawn in the Justice League. So yeah, Green Arrow might not be the first superhero you think of when you say genius, but he's definitely one of the smartest in his own way. 8. Martin Stein, half of Firestorm. Dr. Martin Stein is no ordinary guy. This dude's a total brain box, like Nobel Prize-winning smart. He's the kind of person who understands stuff about atoms and energy that makes your head spin. He's the one who figured out how to make Firestorm, this superpowered dude who can control fire and basically change matter into anything. Imagine being so smart, you can team up with a teenager and become a superhero. That's Stein. He might not be running around punching bad guys, but his mind is the real superpower behind Firestorm. He's the one thinking 10 steps ahead, figuring out how to use their powers to save the day. So yeah, while there are other superheroes who are strong or fast, Dr. Stein's intelligence is his own kind of superpower. He's definitely one of the smartest people in the DC Comics world. 7. Barry Allen, the Flash. Barry Allen isn't just fast, he's also super smart. Before he could run faster than a speeding bullet, he was already a top-notch scientist. He's got a brain that's as quick as his legs. When lightning struck and soaked him in chemicals, it didn't just give him super speed, it also supercharged his brain. He can understand the science behind his powers, and he uses that knowledge to do some seriously cool stuff. He's like a human science experiment, figuring out how to push the limits of speed. And it's not just about running really fast. He's also a master at solving puzzles and figuring out tricky problems. Combine that with his super speed, and he can think and act faster than anyone else. He's basically a superhero-level detective. So yeah, the Flash is more than just a fast guy. He's a brilliant scientist with a super-powered brain. 6. Ray Palmer, the Atom. Ray Palmer is not your average superhero. Sure, he can shrink down to the size of an ant, but what's really impressive is his brain. This guy is a genius scientist, with a special love for making things really small. He's the one who figured out how to shrink himself without getting squished. Imagine being able to see the world from the inside of a cell. That's Ray's superpower. He's like a tiny explorer, discovering new things all the time. And he doesn't just shrink and look around, he uses his smarts to solve problems and fight bad guys. He's always coming up with new inventions and ways to use his size to his advantage. So while others might have super strength or speed, Ray's got something even cooler: a super smart brain. He's definitely one of the smartest heroes out there. 5. Brainiac. 5. The living computer. Brainiac 5 is not just smart, he's off the charts brilliant. This guy is from the future, and his brain is like a supercomputer. He's related to the evil Brainiac, but don't let that fool you. Brainiac 5 is a totally good guy who uses his smarts to save the world. He's so smart, they say his brain is like a 12th level computer. Can you imagine how smart that is? He understands stuff that most people can't even dream about. From robots to time travel, he knows it all. And it's not just book smarts. He can take these crazy ideas and turn them into real things that help people. He's like the brains behind the Legion of Superheroes. When they need a plan, or a new gadget, or to figure out something impossible, they go to Brainiac 5. So yeah, if you're talking about smart superheroes, this guy is at the top of the list. 4. Martian Manhunter, the Green Martian Genius. John Johns, better known as Martian Manhunter, is not just incredibly strong and tough, he's also a super smart alien. He's been around for ages and he's seen and done it all. Besides being able to fly, shapeshift, and read minds, this green guy is a walking encyclopedia. He knows stuff about everything from science to history to how to fight bad guys. Imagine having lived for hundreds of years and being able to pick the brains of everyone you meet. That's John. He's like the wise old mentor of the Justice League, always coming up with smart plans and figuring out what to do next. So yeah, he's not just muscles, he's got brains too. 3. Mr. Terrific, the Human Encyclopedia. Michael Holt, aka Mr. Terrific, is basically a walking, talking genius. He's got more degrees than you can shake a stick at, and he's not just book smart, he's also super strong and athletic. It's like having a supercomputer with a black belt in karate. He's invented these amazing little robots called T-spheres that do everything from hacking to fighting, and he can use his brain to figure out any problem, no matter how tough. He's the leader of the Justice Society, and everyone looks up to him because he's just that smart and capable. 2. Batman. The Dark Knight detective Batman, or Bruce Wayne when he's not fighting crime, is like the ultimate superhero. He's got no superpowers, but he's stronger, faster, and smarter than most people. He trained his body to be a weapon, and his mind to be sharper than any knife. This guy is a genius detective. He can figure out anything, from cracking complex cases to planning how to beat up Superman if he ever had to. Batman's brain is always working overtime. He's got gadgets, cool cars, and a secret hideout, but his biggest weapon is his mind. Even though he's surrounded by aliens, gods, and people with superpowers, Batman holds his own. He's the ultimate underdog, proving that brains and hard work can beat almost anything. 1. Lex Luther. Lex Luther is a complicated guy. Most of the time, he's Superman's arch nemesis, a brilliant but evil mastermind. But there have been times when he's stepped away from the dark side and used his genius for good. He's smarter than almost anyone in the DC universe, like ridiculously smart. He can build anything, figure out anything, and outsmart just about everybody. Whether he's using his brain to take over the world or save it, there's no denying his intelligence. It's like he's got the potential to be the greatest hero or the worst villain, depending on which side of the bed he wakes up on. So he could be considered the most intelligent and potentially the strongest hero in the DC universe under certain circumstances. All right, that's our list of the smartest DC heroes. Who do you think is the biggest brain in the DC universe? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're loving this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. We've got more superhero stuff coming your way. Peace out.